I know that song is very exciting, right? But do you actually listen to the words of the song? The only thing I heard you saying was Bahamas. I think that's the only word y'all might know. Okay, all right. In this song, Mr. Elkin was listing some Bahamian islands. Do you know what an island is? What is an island? Come on, read.
You have to ask me again. No, I tell you.
What is an island?
An island is what people be on.
Okay, but what is it, Jayla?
Land.
It's a land, land, but I think you're missing something. What makes an island an island? Okay, you get it. So with Jayla answer and with Jeremiah answer, let's put that together. So an island is land surrounded by water. And when we talk about the Bahamas is made up of many islands. The Bahamas is made up of many islands. So we call the Bahamas, big word, an archipelago. Everybody say archipelago.
Archipelago.
We call the Bahamas an archipelago, which is a group of islands closely scattered in a body of water. Now, earlier I mentioned the Bahamian Islands. Anybody ever been on a Bahamian island? No? Done it? You went to Cat Island, Anthony? You went to Exuma. Now, Anthony, tell me, how was your experience in Exuma? It was good. Was it like New Providence? Not so. No. Tell me about your experience in Cat Island, London. You saw a bunch of cats? So you think they named it Cat Island because of the cat?
No cats.
Okay, interesting. I've never been to Cat Island, so a cat
I've been and I ain't never seen no cats.
Okay, but is it like New Providence? It's not like New Providence. Okay, so, all right. So when we speak about the islands, I have a sheet of paper in front of you, and we're going to read a little bit about our island. Okay, so everybody look at your sheet of paper. All right. I want you to take out a pencil because I might have you circling a few keywords. All right. So it says the Bahamas is divided into 3 sections. Everybody circle 3. Circle the word 3. The Bahamas is divided into 3 sections. Northwestern, underline Northwestern, that's our first section. Underline northwestern. That's our first section. And in the northwestern, we have our island. So, before I show you, can anybody come up here and guess? Show me what they mean by northwestern. Take a wild guess. Okay. Anybody know what this is? Does anybody know what this is? What is it, Destiny? It is a compass, okay? And this N would be north, and this W would be
West.
So where do you think northwestern is? Where do you think? Nico, come. Where do you think it is? Come show me. Where? It's west, but where's northwestern? Where's northwest? Where? Show me. Point to it. Okay, great try, Nico. All right, Jeremiah, come show me where northwest is. That's south. Okay. All right. One more try, Kamari. Come show me. Where do you think northwestern is? Or both of them close. Okay. So when we speak about northwestern, we're speaking about the middle. Because we're talking about north plus west is northwest. Okay? So let's look at our sheet. It says the northwestern islands or Grand Bahama. Everybody see Grand Bahama?
Yes, Mom.
Grand Bahama. Let's pay attention to the shapes now. We might have activity later. Grand Bahama, and then we have, what's the next one?
Abaco.
Abaco. We see the shape of Abaco, right? What's the next one?
Bimini.
Bimini Islands. These islands right here. Bimini, okay. What's the next one?
Berry Island.
Berry Islands. Berry Islands right here. What's the next one? Andros. Andros is the biggest island in the Bahamas. All right. And the next one is New Providence. New Providence is what? Where we live. New Providence is where we live. So all of this is considered the northwestern. Okay, and then we have the central. When we think of central, what do you think of? Central. What word do you hear in central? What word do you hear, Justin? Okay, good try. What word do you hear, Renee? Yeah, okay. Okay, one more. Nico, go ahead.
I was going to say true.
Okay, all right. Okay, Kamari. Middle. Okay, you have middle. Okay, central does mean middle, but let's talk about the word you hear in it. The word is center, and when something is in the center, we think about middle, like Kamari said. So we're thinking about all the islands that are in the middle. Okay. So let's look at the islands that are in the middle. What's the first one? What's the first one? Elutra, that's how you pronounce it. What's the second one?
Long Island.
Long Island. What's the next one? Exloma. What's the next one?
Cat Island.
Cat Island. And the next one? San Salvador. Yes, San Salvador. And the last one? Oh, not the last one. Rum Key, and then we have Dragon Island. Okay, and now the southeastern. Remember what I said with northwest? What would southeast be? What would southeast be? Malachi, come show me. Come show us. What would southeast be? middle. Great job. So, what islands are our southeastern islands? Let's list them. Let's name them. Crooked Island, right here. Crooked Island, right here. What else? Ackland, right here. What else? Mayagwana. And the last one. Inagua. Great Inagua and Little Inagua. Alright, awesome. So we have our different islands now. These are the major islands, some of the major islands in the Bahamas. Because we know that the Bahamas is made up of 700 islands and keys. So did we just name off 700 islands? No. Was that 700? No. So we call these the major islands. Alright? But it's way more islands and keys than this. Alright. So I am going to tell you some fun facts about some of these islands. I chose a few islands that I think have really interesting, fun facts. Okay, so the first island that we have is the island of we have the island of New Providence, and it is the island where we live on. So, New Providence is where the capital city is, and who can guess the capital city? What is the capital city? We live on New Providence, so we should know the capital city. Kaylin? Nassau. See what I told you? The song said, repeated it over and over and over. But all you usually hear is Bahamas. It said Nassau is the capital. Y'all remember that in the song? Alright. So this is the capital city. This is where the capital city is located. New Providence is one of the most visited islands in the Bahamas. It's where many people live, and you can find schools, hotels, and government buildings. We know that because we live there. We're at the school right now. Has anyone ever been to a hotel? Okay, some of us went to a hotel before, and there's many government buildings, okay? Who can name a government building? Lanisha? You can name a government building? A government building. Who do the police work for? The government, right? So a police station would be a government building. Alright. So our second island is Grand Bahama. Grand Bahama. Let's go to Grand Bahama. Grand Bahama. This island is home to one of the largest underwater cave systems in the world. Wow, the largest underwater cave systems in the world. Grand Bahama has beautiful beaches and forests. The city of Freeport is here, and many tourists visit for outdoor fun. So when you hear someone say, I go to Freeport for the summer, which island they're going to? Grand Bahama. Right. So the city is Freeport, but the island is Grand Bahama. Next we have Andros. Andros is the biggest island in the Bahamas. Now, I just said Andros is the biggest island in the Bahamas. Look at the map. Sanchez, point to Andros for me, please. It's the biggest island of the Bahamas. Point to Andros for me, please. Awesome. So, Andros is the biggest island in the Bahamas. Even though it's the largest, not many people live there. That's interesting. It's full of nature, wildlife, and the third largest barrier reef in the world. Wow. Has anybody seen Androsia fiber? Okay. So, Androsia fiber. Let me show you. Those fibers that usually have Bahamas, the Bahamian Islands.
Very expensive.
look. You might have some at home, but you don't know what it looks like. You see this print? Sometimes they might have the Bahamas Island. Sometimes they have floral. Does this look familiar to anyone? No? You've never seen these type of... Oh, yeah. Now it's looking familiar. So these, Andres is famous for their androsia fabric, okay? And then we have Abaco. Abaco is known for sailing and boat building. Let's find Abaco on the map. Abaco is known for sailing and boat building. This island has many small towns and beautiful houses. People come to Abaco to fish, sail, and enjoy quiet island life. So if you want some peace and quiet sometime, Abaco might be a good place to go. Eleuthera.
Yay.
Eleuthera. Now, Eleuthera is known for pineapple.
Yay.
Eleuthera is right here. Eleuthera is known for pineapple. Alright? So, Eleuthera, this island has pink sand beaches. Isn't that interesting? Pink sand. Very interesting. Eleuthera is a long and skinny, and it's known for unique shape and natural beauty. Many people grow fruits like pineapples there in Eleuthera. Now we're going to talk about Exuma. You can swim with the pigs in Exuma. Anybody ever swim with the pigs? Swim with the pigs? Lanisha, you went swimming with the pigs? Okay, how was it? It was good. It must be fun. So you can swim with pigs in Exuma. Exuma has clear blue water and it's great for snorkeling. It's made up of lots of little islands called Exuma Keys. And the last island we're going to look at, because we have about 10 more, but we're going to look at one more. Bimini is the closest island to the United States. Let's see if this is. So this is the United States. This is the United States. So it is true that this is Bimini. Bimini is the closest island to the United States, Malachi. It's the closest island to the United States. And it's a small island, but full of history. Now these were just some of our Bahamian islands. Some of our Bahamian islands. Okay, now we're going to take a field trip. Anybody want to go on a field trip? Everybody want to go on a field trip? All right, so we're going to the Bahamas. We're going to look at the Bahamas from Spain. We're taking a virtual field trip, everybody, not physical. We're taking a virtual field trip. It will be fun.
What y'all listening? Cause I don't want to eat. No feeling great.
Lanisha. We saw people on YouTube swimming in the States before. Swimming with the pigs a lot. Many tourists come from different parts of the world so that they can be able to swim with the pigs over here. while our map loads up, I am going to hand you a worksheet. Okay, where in the grade 3, let's look. Grade 3, look at the board. We're in the Bahamas. Look. Do you see Andros? No. You don't see Andros?
The largest island.
Remember, Andros is the largest island. And then you see Grand Bahama, Abaco. This is the Bahamas from out of space. Isn't that interesting? Which island do you want to go to first? Let's go to Nassau. Where in New Providence, everybody? This is how the Bahamas, this is how New Providence looks from out of space. Grade 3. Almost there. The map is not update. All right. All right, grade 3, let's look at the sheet of paper that you have. Okay, it is a map of the Bahamas. I know we're not familiar with the map of the Bahamas right now, so I am going to put the map back on the board so that you can be able to see it. So at this time, you can write your name at the top. Write your name on today's date. Today is the 8th of April. Okay, everyone name and today's date. It's on the paper. I'll give you 2 seconds. All right, grade 3. Let's look at the top of the paper. The very top. The very top. Does anyone remember what island that is? No? Does anyone remember what island that is? Kamari, give it a try. Grand Bahama. Look in your word bank. Look in your word bank for the word Grand Bahama and write it in the book. Yes, this box, everyone, this box at the top. This box at the top. That's Grand Bahama. This box at the top. That's Grand Bahama. Thank you. Everyone write Grand Bahama there? I know, it's not about a space. You can have to write small or write on top. Or just write G Bahama. But you have to remember that's for Grand Bahama. Yes, yes, right. All right. Everyone wrote Grand Bahama? Yes. Okay. Now let's look at the next island. The next island right on the side. This one right here. Can anyone guess what that is? This one is not Eleuthera. Abaco. Abaco. Great job, Antonia. Abaco. Look up the Abaco on the line. That's right there. That's Abaco. Yeah. Abaco. Everyone wrote Abaco? All right. And now, let's look over here. Let's look over here. This blank right here. Can anyone guess? The hint is this island is closest to the United States. It's closest to the United States. Remember? Natasha? Bimini. Everyone write Bimini on the line. Bimini. Look for Bimini in the word bank and write Bimini on the line. Can't find Bimini? This line right here, the other line. Everyone wrote Bimini?
Yes, Mom.
All right, I'll give Bimini. All right, great job. All right, now we're going to the blank spot next to Bimini. I know those little dots don't look like an island. Okay, now we're going next to the line next to Bimini, the line next to Bimini. Okay, it's not this is the map of the Bahamas, so that island cannot be Bahamas. Pardon? It's not Exuma, it's Killing. Pardon? That's not New Providence. That's not New Providence. That's not Inagua. Remember, Inagua is south. Jayla, what word are you saying? And Jayla is correct. It's Berry Island. Everyone, this line right here. This line right here. Right here, next to Bimini. Berry Island. Berry Island. Berry Island. You can write it even if it's coming out of the box. You can write it like that. Or you can write berry on top, island at the bottom, just so you can know what it is. All right, everyone ready to move on? All right, that big island there. What was the name of that island? The biggest island in the Bahamas?
Somebody was saying
What was the biggest island in the Bahamas? Natalia? Andros. Andros. Let's write Andros. Oh, Andros. The box next to the biggest island. The box. Andros. Andros is right at the top in the word bind. Let's look in the word bind. Everyone got it? All right. Do you see that small little oval shaped island? Do you see that one? Yes, Mom. What do you think that is? That is New Providence. That is the island that we live on, New Providence. That is the island of New Providence. Everyone go to Providence?
No.
All right, I'll take you. Providence. All right. Now, let's move to the island next to New Providence. What's the island next to New Providence? Cat Island. That's not Cat Island. That's not Long Island. No, that's not Cricket Island. One more, Jeremiah. Eleuthera. That is the island of Eleuthera. On this line, right next to New Providence, this line on this line right here. All right. Now, down from Eleuthera, now it's Cat Island. Now that's Cat Island, right down from Eleuthera, down from Eleuthera. Not all the way down, right below it. Right here. Right here. We have Illuminata and then Cat Island. Everyone ready to move on? Alright, let's look for the other island. Alright, this ball right down from Cat Island. Can anyone guess what that is? That box right down from Cat Island? Go ahead, Ariana. That's not Inagua. Remember, Inagua is in the south. That means all the way down. Inagua is the most southern island of the Bahamas. That is San Salvador. San Salvador. San Salvador. That little dot, little circle. Right there, right beneath Cat Island. San Salvador. Everyone wrote San Salvador?
Yes, Mom.
San Salvador, what island do you think that is? Can you take a guess? London. Long Island? No, remember they said Long Island is quite long. So that cannot be Long Island. Not that one. This one right here. Jeremiah. That's not Exuma. One more, Antonia. Not Mayagona, not Mayagona, not Mayagona. Okay, Kamari. It's not in, remember, Inagua is in the south. Inagua is the last one. That is Rum Key. That right after San Salvador, Rum Key. Rum Key. Rum. It's C-A-Y. They repronounce it. Key. Rum Key, right here. Under San Salvador. Rum Key. Rum Key. Everyone have Rum Key? Alright, the next island. Now we have Long Island. Not all the way at the bottom. No, right here, we need Rum Key, that's Long Island. We need Rum Key. Long Island, not Long. Long, yes, ma'am. All right, grade 3. You have Long Island. All right, let's look at the line next to Long Island. Can anybody guess? Take a guess. Exuma is correct. Exuma is that line right next to Long Island. Sanchez, you got it? Charlie got it? Okay, we have Exuma. Exuma is right next. That's it right there. That's the word Exuma. All right, Exuma. All right. Exuma is right there. Next to Long Island. Next to Long Island. We will be going back right after we finish our map. All right, so the next one we have is Crooked Island. Crooked Island. Crooked Island beneath Long Island. Crooked Island beneath Long Island.
That's how they
Crooked Island. We're almost done. We're almost done.
Mary. Just to put up your chair. I know you couldn't sit.
Crooked Island. All right. Everyone got Crooked Island?
Yes.
I'll give you a few more seconds. All right. Looks like everyone's done. Okay, sorry. Okay, now. All right. So the island beneath Crooked Island is Auckland. Right. Okay. 1 minute, grade 3. This is Crooked Island, and this is Auckland. This is Crooked Island, this is Auckland. This is Crooked Island, and this is Auckland. This is Crooked Island, this box right here, and this is Auckland. You have it correct. Oh, sorry. This is Crooked Island. This Atlas right here. All right, everyone got Atlas? Okay, now, if we look over, right here, this box, what looks like it's in the middle. Everyone got it?
Yes,
That's Private Island. Right here. Ragged Island. Not ragged, ragged. Right here. That's me, got it? Yes, sir. All right, now we're moving on to May Iguana. May Iguana is right here. The last one, Inagua is the last. Inagua is way down in the south. May Iguana right here. May Iguana. Right here. You got it?
Seven boys.
7 boys.
Yes.
Okay. Everyone got it?
No, Mom. Yes, Mom. Right, mate.
All right, everyone got that? Now, what's the last one? What's the last one? You just did May Iguana. Inagua. Inagua. That's the word right there. The word that starts with I, that's Inagua. And that's our last island. That's our last island. All right, now it is important to know about your country and the islands of your country. So I want you to keep these. I want you to keep these, the labeled islands, so that you will be able to remember where. I want you to remember how each island is. All right, grade 3. I want you to remember and know how each island look. All right. Okay. Now let's go on our field trip. We're going on our field trip right to the school. Yay!
All right, Justin.